What's going on, family? My name is Courtney Antipus and welcome to Own Your Own episode 2. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're here because you watched the first episode, welcome to you too. And just to bring everybody up to speed, Own Your Own is a series that I'm doing talking about all the behind the scenes stories and things that have happened over the past 10 or so years that I have been doing music. Basically to shed some light on the things that have happened, give you context. Hopefully it'll help somebody and also to entertain you, because when I look back and think about some of these things, they're actually funny. Like this particular story that we're going to talk about, red flags. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the year is 2012. Just signed to Fresh Impressions. For me, I think to an extent, okay, my trajectory is looking good. Not that I've arrived, but I'm in a position to be able to expand on pretty much my music career. And that I'm not landlocked to Zimbabwe only, but I'm now being introduced to a South African market. And in being real with you, signing with Fresh Impressions was an amazing thing at the time because they had access to the people that we grew up listening to, and they had access to Africa. So now, speaking about people that I looked up to in music, one of them was this guy, The Truth. In fact, The Truth's music was instrumental in getting me through my grandmother's passing just a year before. So being able to be on the Zim leg of the Move tour was an amazing thing for me, because finally I'm going to get to meet my Jay-Z. Okay, so just to give you context, how these shows would work is that a local promoter in the country would connect with, say, the Fresh Impressions team, and they will organize everything on the ground while these guys will pretty much bring the artists to that particular place. So there was this guy who stepped up and he said that he would pretty much promote and pretty much handle all the logistics of the show locally in Zim. So I'm like, okay, cool, this is happening. I meet up with this guy and stuff like that there. But there's some things that are just not in order. You don't really see things when you're in the moment. Like now looking back, I'm like, these were some really serious major red flags that if I was less excited and a little bit more objective, I think it's stuff that I was gonna call out. So what this guy did is that he was trying to look for a loophole in that we will bring these artists to Zimbabwe, and what we will do is we will have their show as our youth meeting. He was trying to bypass all those requirements that you needed in order to host an actual event. So in a way, I can kind of see how this guy thought. Like, he's gonna bring these international artists, they're gonna come for a youth event, because the loophole also is that if you're having a religious event and you have outside guests, you don't have to do all those other checks and balances. It's only when you want to, and when you're doing it for profit, that's when you do need it. So he was like, this is gonna happen, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be straightforward, and this is how we're gonna do it. Now here's the catch. This dude, the church that he was going to, they did not have their own venue at the time. They were actually hiring a particular venue. Fast forward to the day that these people arrived. We now at a signing and we're hanging out with the guys. This is like at a store in town. And you know, it's dope. I get to now meet people, talk to people, get to meet The Truth, got to meet Jahaziel as well, and the ambassador. It was also a nice thing meeting him as well, because I grew up on Cross Movement. That was my go-to music back in the day when I was like just in school and out of school and stuff. Those were my guys. So now everything is seemingly going well and swell, and we're about to get ready for the event. We get to this premises, right? Everyone's there, we're all ready, we're waiting outside and waiting for things to happen, and eventually we were let into the building, but there was nothing really set up. The guys came up and they decided to pull the promoter to the side. I think they were hesitant to perform, and I'm like, I don't think we want to do this. And then after some back and forth and deliberation, they said, okay, fine, we'll do it. I think they noticed that something was up. So we get in, stuff is just about to happen, and this dude comes through in a suit, and you know, he just comes through from that particular venue, and he's there and he stops everything. He gets us there and it's just like, everybody get out of here. Nothing is happening here. Go. This show was cancelled just like that. So now we outside. There's commotion. There's people saying, what's going on? What's happening? We just waiting. So remember I said a friend of mine actually helped save us. It was two friends. One of the guys was performing with J Bars. We were cool with this other youth pastor at another church that was close to where this venue was, and they were having youth. It was just regular youth. So gave him a call and we're like, dude, we've got a situation. We're meant to be having the show, and things didn't work out. We were kicked out a year, so now we kind of stuck. Do you think you can make some room for us to come through? And they could probably do one song or so. This dude was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make the decision and we're gonna go for it. They agreed, like, let's go, let's do it. We move in with these guys and everyone else who came to the show and we all went to this church. The guys go and the guys rip it up. They each do a song. I didn't even perform. It was just nice to be instrumental and to be able to play a part in salvaging this particular show, which was going to land up in a complete and utter disaster after we were kicked out of the first venue, should I say. So in conclusion, what did I learn from this particular show? Is to go into things with your eyes wide open. If there are red flags, if you're not sure about anything as an artist, you know, if you're dealing with a promoter or just in general in life, if you're not sure about anything, make sure you keep asking the questions, because the more questions you ask, the more the truth kind of comes out. And the truth is, this dude, as much of a nice person, I mean, I'm not attacking the person's character or anything, he may have been, I just don't think that promotions and shows and stuff was his thing. So it's always best to make sure that when you see a red flag, don't just go ahead with things, go with your gut, and it's okay to say no. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this wild story. Make sure you keep it locked right here. Next week we're going to talk about Afrofest down in Cape Town. I met some amazing people down there, and I feel like that Afrofest event was one of the events that afforded me the chance to be able to have access to other African countries. If you enjoyed the story, please do like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next one.